What's up, BIBL105? My name is Daniel, and I'm going to talk about the book of Daniel and how I relate, aside from just the likeness of the name. The book of Daniel starts with Nebuchadnezzar and the Babylonians conquering the city of David. So after he does, he captures a bunch of young men from the family line of David, and he takes them back to Babylon. Keeps them as intellectual hostages, likely as an insurance policy, but also some believe they were trying to take the best of the best from all the surrounding cultures. So Daniel and his cohorts are find themselves in Babylon, and are being assimilated in a Babylonian culture. They're given Babylonian names, they're put in Babylonian college, and they're even fed from the king's table. Which, that doesn't sound so bad, but the problem with that is Babylon is a pagan culture. So their food wasn't up to Jewish standards and was considered unclean by Jewish laws. So this puts Daniel and his friends in a tight spot. They can either obey the king, eat the king's food, and just go with the flow, or they can be disobedient to the king and obey their God. And this would likely cause trouble. They're either going to starve, or the king could kill them. So a tough decision. And in relating to this, I know it's maybe not the stakes of life and death, but I don't know a lot of Christians, if any, who don't face the peer pressure of living in a secular world and conforming to secular activities, behaviors, etc. Even if it's simple things like gossiping, or at work with your friends, lusting, womanizing. Some of this stuff is kind of just normal in the secular world. Even simple things like praying before a meal when you go out to eat, you can feel the pressure of the culture we live in today. It's hostile towards Christians. Even just you're admitting that you're a Christian in certain fields, like if you work in the science community, there's a lot of Christians, scientists, who haven't really been open about their beliefs. It seems like recently, and that's turning around, which is awesome to see. So I would love to say I had the conviction and strength of Daniel my whole life, but I definitely have given in to just about all, if not, every single peer pressure at some point. I did give in to a lot of things, and I lived in the earthly ways for a while. But I love what Daniel did here. And instead of just, being put in that position of like, do I disobey God or do I disobey the king? He sought a third option. And he proposed that Daniel and his friends could eat just vegetables and water. And, made a proposal that, hey, after 10 days, if we look like we're unhealthy or we're starving, we'll conform or whatever. So after 10 days, they looked healthier than the other guys. So I think we can all learn a lesson from Daniel in looking for that third option. I think a lot of times in the world we live in, or just in life in general, it's not always black and white. And finding, I don't want to say compromise, but finding the middle ground somewhere sometimes is not going to be easy. A lot of times it may be very difficult, but it's there. If we believe, strongly, we can find a way to be Christians and live in a secular world. Because at the end of the day, we can't isolate ourselves as Christians. We have to communicate with people outside of our religion and show them what we found and what we know to be true, if we are, gonna save especially our friends and family around us who maybe aren't believers. So, that's how I relate. And I may have been born into the name Daniel, but I will do my best to live up to it. Thanks.